welcome. This is Enterprise Friday, reaching you from Enterprise Television. I am Henry Ikwibike, an interesting up for the weekend today, and we are so glad to have you join us yet again. We'll be moving straight to our newspaper headlines this morning, and right after that will be our main conversation also for today. But please do well to be part of what we do. Have a say in what we say. You can always find and reach us at enterprisetvnews.com. You may equally like, comment, and follow us on all our social media platforms at Enterprise TV7. We're so very honored to have with us right here in our studios Innocent Aduluba. He's a journalist, a public affairs analyst. Good morning to you, Innocent.
My pleasure to be here. Happy weekend.
Thank you so very much. I can see your very red heart. Looking as...
it's for the weekend.
Yes, for the weekend, exactly. Thank you so very much for your time once more. So let's kickstart today, interestingly, with the first daily on our desk today, coming from the Punch newspaper. And we have a litany of great stories here. But let's kickstart today, and our talking point, Tinubu marks a 73 birthday today. He seeks spiritual guidance for Nigeria. So let's start by wishing our president happy 73 today, and we wish our president long life, prosperity, and the wisdom to lead the country right. But let's get into talking. Our president is one individual that's blessed with so many controversies that lots of people are still trying to understand. Number one, lots of people cannot identify where originally he is from. Some people have said this from Oshun, but there's still a little bit of argument there. No one has come up to say he was once our schoolmate from primary to secondary to the university. His age is equally one thing that is neither here nor there. If you go through Wikipedia, we have that the daughter, Folashade Tinubu Ojo, is said to be celebrating or should be celebrating her 65th birthday this year. And here we have the father celebrating 73. Innocent, is there anything bad if we really, as Nigerians, know the real age of our leader?
I think his real age is 73. That's what he holds on to. And that tells us by his year of birth to be 1952. Arguably in his late 30s, coming into 40s in 92, he was a Democrat who was a senator for Lagos. And then, say 7 years later, he was elected governor and ran 2 tenures and has been pulling the strings of real politics, leading to his building of the APC, a coalition that threw out the People's Democratic Party unprecedentedly in Nigeria. His birthday celebration this Saturday coincides with the ongoing holy month of Ramadan, and is 2 months shy of President Tinubu's complete 2 years anniversary. Bayo Nanuga made some of these comments in the Punch. He's one of his spokesperson. We can wish him well, wish him health, and wish he is that person who can monster and embrace the opportunity to give Nigerians succor, you know, to demonstrate genuine political will. And the vast resources in Nigeria can be channeled aright through such requisite policies that will reduce the groaning and seething economy Nigerians are presently going through.
You know, very, very true. They say age is nothing but a number. Of course, we do not have anything against whatever age anyone desires to hold on to. The most important thing is your ability to utilize the time that you have. But Innocent, speak to me, because you said something about the president seizing the moment. Do you think we would at any point, you know, have the president's name crested alongside people who had done this country proud? People like Obafemi Awolowo, Nnamdi Azikiwe, Ahmadu Bello, and so many others. Do you think that the president, with what you have seen so far in the last 20 plus months, is worthy enough to have that name under this great people?
Well, history can be written and rewritten, but history can never be unwritten. And already President Tinubu's name is boldly etched in history.
History
as
of what
the
exactly?
president superintending over the worst economy in Nigeria. So it behooves him in the months, years ahead to turn the corner. Perhaps he has struggled to acclimatize. The presidency is not governorship. Abuja is not Lagos. And there are lots of political intricacies with spirals of clashing interests in Nigeria. You have to deal with oligarchies. You have to deal with cabals. You have to deal with political compensation. And that's why Nigeria runs an overbloated ministerial system of government where you have Minister of Education, Minister of State for Education, Minister of Transport, Minister of... It's all a compensatory model.
It's not peculiar to us. In Ghana, they call them junior ministers. So is that of Ghana equally compensatory too?
Whatever you call it, if the system is not working, it will be hugely criticized. If you have 30 ministers for one role, Henry, and your rail, your power, your road, education, health, and all whatnot, employment are going smoothly, nobody will bother. But where these resources are needed somewhere and are channeled into this block, they are seen, that's superfluity, that's duplication. And so that approximates wastages. You have 109 people in the Senate. Nigeria is a hugely indebted country sitting on loans. You can still afford a second house of rep to underscore your bicameral legislature, and you can see where prudence should be, where frugality should be, what obtains. So President Tinubu, I think, is a man on the brink. He's a man on edge. If you drop from the edge, you go down. So he needs to find a strategy, the tactics, all the sagacity he is known for to stay up. And stay up within reckoning. You can see the politics of fuel, the politics of NNPC. You can see the politics of security and insecurity. You catch, the media is awash with, I think that was last month, the government has earmarked a particular chunk of money to nourish criminals.
To de-radicalize them.
That's your
what
grammar.
They called it.
To nourish. They tell you they captured some Boko Haram members. I would think the judiciary should be feasting that we will apply justice. These people who, if you see gory pictures of infants with sliced head, people just alive, amputated, you know,
just 2
marauders.
days back, they invaded a military camp in Borno and killed scores of our military gallant soldiers. And the president is not saying anything about it.
But when they are caught in the afternoon, they will tell you in the evening they are repented Boko Haram members. You absorb them into the military, army, police.
Allegedly, actually.
And then sometimes, there are media reports on them. Some in Kano, you know. And so later, I'm sure, when there is riot in Aba, you get those whip-hungry bunch who are already legitimate security operatives to go there and unleash the needful. You know, President Tinubu is on the brink of history. Already a 6-month-old governor in Edo State, Okpebolo, is already singing his praise for a second tenure. Somebody yet to go through 50% of his first tenure. So perhaps the road is smooth for him all the way. He's a lucky man, he's in a good place. The APC are not in their best shape, but the opposition are worse off. So there is nobody fighting, a few voices in silos. So President Tinubu is a man who is part of Nigeria's history. He has built a good political empire to his credit. He has men here and there, and I would look at what he is known for. should impact the lives of Nigerians. Of course, heavily leaning towards the IMF World Bank dictates for Nigeria, but he is sitting on the brink of giving himself, bequeathing on himself, the most appropriate legacy for history in Nigeria.
Very true. And I sincerely pray, just like we equally pray, that he understands the responsibility on his shoulder. And like we always say, a legacy is better than whatever materialism that we might wish for ourselves. And from that particular story, let's take a look at another story that equally seems the same, and that's from the Guardian newspaper for today. 2027, your second term, a done deal. Akpabio assures Tinubu despite discontent. That's just like
I just said something,
from what you were talking about from Obebolo of Edo State, and now we have the Senate President, the third man in the House, equally moving in sympathical with what you had just said.
If you look at it, Senate President Godswill Akpabio is very correct. Henry, from where you sit for today, what are the opposition you see to the APC? Do you see a formidable opposition?
None, for now.
So the political prophet Akpabio may be prophesying accurately until something else turns up. We hear of the purported coalition being muted by the camps of El Rufai, Atiku. We hear somewhere in the middle, Peter Obi is mentioned. Until it takes firm footing, the APC is in a good place. And the APC is not without cracks. The APC is yet to have its Congress. The APC is yet to name high commissioners for Nigerian embassies worldwide. The APC is enmeshed in Rivers crisis. You know, the APC government, it is breathing down the neck of that copper Rita Ushe-Gwamaye for exercising her fundamental human rights.
Well, it's a good thing, though. They said, though we're starting to, get to the fact there, 77,000 naira, they said, have started rolling onto the pockets of our NYC youth comment, but I do not know if that is true. Maybe we'll have to get that fact from some of our youth core members serving here.
Yes, but the core members should celebrate core member Rita Ushe-Gwamaye. The government is responding to points she had raised, which means people shouldn't just shut up. There are increases in the strategy for environmental sanitation in Lagos. But yesterday, remember, we were on the road and there were debris from the gutter on the road that has been there for 1 week.
And which will still fall back.
When the rains return, then it begins and goes like the agricultural system of crop rotation. It goes in, it comes out. So Senator Akpabio is prophesying accurately with the data available on ground. That is scientific. That is empirical. And it's repetitive again. Logically, if the APC are without opposition, if the APC are this dominant, you see Ned Nwoko decamping to APC, Jandor decamping to APC. I don't know the other man up there in the north. So the APC is growing. And this growth is an indicator of sure banker success come 2027. Again, the APC are the employers of INEC. So all the facts, all the actors, all the instruments, all the screws are bolting in favor of the APC. So why wouldn't Senate President Akpabio say so? If anybody thinks he is wrong, the person should come out and say why, and let us see the new force that will oppose the APC. And the earlier that happens, the better. This is a good time for the opposition to strike because of the disgruntlement. There is massive disgruntledness in the land, but the masses are now left choiceless. So if there is a choice in the wings, let it come forth. Let the masses embrace them. We saw some semblance of credibility in INEC in some of the results that were released, except that the beaver became an instrument under Mahmood that was selective of portfolio. The Beaver chose to recognize assemblymen at the state level, governors, senators, members of the House of Representatives, but refuses to adequately detect the presidency.
Well, let's see how this works, Joe. Just like we all know, we're all humans, and we don't know what tomorrow, would be like. Just like Obonia Onu once said that the PDP will rule Nigeria for 60 years, and little did they know that it will not last more than 16. Let's see how this works, Joe, and hope that everything works on fine. But so let's take a look at other issues here. We have lots of issues here, but let's take a look at this one. Atiku denies receiving fund from Sanwo-Olu during 2023 election. There have been lots of rumors here and there of the little, very subtle feud between our president Bola Ahmed Tinubu and Sanwo-Olu, and the rumor says that it's because allegedly Sanwo-Olu had made provision, some funds for Atiku Abubakar during the 2023 general elections, and Atiku is denying that. But I love you to see if we can make sense, of all of this cobwebs all over the place. Remember the Obasa issue, right? And Sanwo-Olu not being on the side of Obasa, but today Obasa still sits at the substantive speaker of the Lagos State House of Assembly. And for some time now, Sanwo-Olu and the president has not been really on that smooth sailing thing that we had expected. So do you see a little bit of truth that Sanwo-Olu must have or would have provided some money for Atiku Abubakar's?
Well, this is Nigeria, Henry, and expect a lot of political miracles and mysteries. Atiku is of the PDP fold, Sanwo-Olu of the APC. I think it is incongruent. It's an incongruent interface and relationship. So again, this remains allegations until substantiated. I also don't know of any visible feud between Governor Sanwo-Olu and President Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu.
So you think the Obasa issue isn't enough proof?
There will be conjectures here and there. It can be ascertained that Sanwo-Olu was not the one who single-handedly threw out Obasa in the first place.
But must have contributed, even if it's a little.
He cannot contribute. It is the voter, the assemblymen who votes. If whatever number they are, Sanwo-Olu can neither decrease nor increase it. If he gave tacit support behind the curtains, it remains to be proven out there in public. But that's why I said the APC are in a good place. President Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu is APC. Governor Sanwo-Olu is APC. Speaker Mudashiru Obasa is APC. And you can see all the cracks among them, and there are no oppositions to capitalize. So I don't know. And then if Sanwo-Olu allegedly gave Atiku money, money for what?
For re-election, to support. Money is truly important in electioneering.
From the APC, it is alleged that Sanwo-Olu is supporting Atiku's presidential bid.
Yeah, that's what it is looking like. So
there are two sides to it.
Yes.
In case, these are all hypotheses.
Yes.
In case Atiku wins, Sanwo-Olu will be an APC governor, Atiku will be a PDP president, but he should look at Sanwo-Olu as an ally. That's one. So that there is wisdom in securing your frontiers. On the other hand, it can remain a smokescreen. We can't ascertain. But I think this is where we should also commend Atiku Abubakar, who allegedly has also denied I doubt if he can stand out in public and say it's true. Yeah. It will be leaving Governor Sanwo-Olu in precarious safety.
Throwing him under the bus, literally.
But I think, unlike his predecessor, Governor Akinwumi Ambode, Sanwo-Olu is in a good place. He has killed the first tenure hurdle and is eating well into the second tenure. So Politics is not righteousness, but barring the unforeseen, he looks set and smart to finish the race strong.
All right.
Yeah.
So while we wish him well and hope that everything works out, but let's take a look at finally from the Vanguard newspaper. Southeast Caucus faults the Senate's rejection of immortalizing Nwosu, says he is a hero of democracy. Walk out of chambers. Do you think Professor Nwosu is good enough to be immortalized, knowing what he pled and his responsibilities as an INEC chairman and what he had contributed to the democracy we have today? Let's not forget the IBB story. So do you think all this wrapped up together makes Nwosu a very viable candidate that should be immortalized, but of course, which the Senate has rejected?
You see, what is the value of this immortalizing? What is it?
It's just etching
to name something after someone is immortalizing. It's not a Senate issue. It's not a Senate issue. And then all the Southeast governors, have they spoken? So the Southeast is a territory of 5 states: Abia, Anambra, Ebonyi, Enugu, and Imo. Those senators, seeing the complexion of the entire Senate, should go to their zone, hold a meeting, and have something in one of these states named after the respected professor. That is also immortalizing. That is allowed in law.
So it mustn't be.
It mustn't be in Abuja or in Lagos or anywhere. For God's sake, I grew up knowing the Opera Square in Enugu. That's a big place. It does not have to be in Abuja before it is worthy of immortalizing. I don't know why people shortchange themselves and then go cap in hand begging for favors they already own. If you are from Imo State, Professor Humphrey Nwosu is from Imo State, go somewhere in Imo and name something after him within the ambits of the law of Imo State and blow it up. We will hear. Obafemi Awolowo University is where? Is somewhere. Is it in Abuja? There is ATBU. Isn't that what they call? At Bubakar Tafawa Balewa University. Yes. Is it in Abuja? And take it from me, you cannot go to Oyo or Oshu or Taraba and name their university Professor Nwosu University. That would be a big dissonance. So if Professor Humphrey Nwosu is dead, the Southeast people who see him as their hero, because obviously from this, how it has panned out, he has not been nationally accepted, the proposal for his immortalization. Go where he is accepted. We hear prophets are not respected in their home, but in this time around, don't do charity begins abroad. Take it home. Charity begins at home. Enugu is a viable place. Ebonyi is a viable place, and have something central. If you pass through Oka, you can see the Dora Akonyele Center. It's not Abuja. It's renowned.
But do you think with the rate of division that we have right now along ethnic lines, do you think if the international airport in Abuja was still an open name, it would have been named Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport with the rate of division we have with respect to ethnicity in Nigeria?
It's what it is. We can't even analyze it. It's named and it's settled. We cannot go with ifs or if not.
Yes, because I'm trying to do a comparison. Because Nigeria, we should be looking at moving from where we are to some other place. As at the time that was named, I would love to believe that Nigeria was a more of a unified ground where people loved one another. People did not care where whoever it is, came from. And therefore, it was easy for people to accept whatever name is given to a place. But today, it's more of, if it's not us, Emiloko, it's our turn, it's our chance. So don't you think that we are becoming more divided, and that shouldn't be accepted?
Well, from the administration of President Muhammadu Buhari, Nigeria has been worst divided. The unity is in shreds. The administration of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is the worst. I went to vote. My voter's card for the governorship was read. My name does not read the Yoruba name, and I was stopped from voting by thugs in the afternoon. Pregnant women were kicked. Women with children were beaten. I was there. And those who dare use their video to their phone they were chased. We waited. I was waiting to see and praying they were not caught. But the assailants who chased them didn't return before I left the place. At Vienagbo in Ojodu here. So, the country is divided. I don't know for now. But of course, Henry, these decisions are taken up there. It's not taken at you and my level. So there is a way the political bigwigs find their political compensations here and there. Today, after that presidential election where Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu lost Lagos, you want to rent a house, you are in trouble of huge ethnic scrutiny.
Very well.
So the country is so polarized, so divided. A copper makes a comment about Lagos, and the media is awash that it is visitors into Lagos that made Lagos dirty. Look at shallow cleverness. So, how do you know this? Does hygiene know ethnic groups? Somebody in Enugu can be dirty. Another person in Enugu can be clean. Somebody in Kaduna can be dirty as an indigene. Another indigene may not. Ditto Lagos or your River State. If someone tells you this or that, you look inward and do the needful. Yeah. So look, we are in. I don't know. It's a terrible time to be a Nigerian, and that's why I say President Tinubu, history beckons on him to mend a lot of fences and be remembered for greatness. Because look, in the annals of the history of Nigerian politicians, President Tinubu stands out as one of Nigeria's greatest ever politicians. But all of that will be summarized in how he is remembered after he is gone by what he has done.
Very, very true. That is the best way we can end this segment for today. And just to let you know, Innocent is still here to take us on our main conversation. When we return, opposition rejects a 60 years limit for presidency, vice and governorship. That's in the beat. Please don't go anywhere.